Hello students, welcome to Learner's Planet. Let us continue with the chapter Diversity in Living Organisms. Well, this is the fourth theory session of this chapter, and till now I have explained you about the concept of diversity and the need for the classification. Classification, that is the arrangement of organisms into groups and subgroups. Right? Of course, on the basis of their similarities and dissimilarities. Now, each such group which is present here is a taxonomic group, and it is known as the taxa or the rank, right? And the topmost rank is the kingdom, and the lowermost taxa is the species, right? Now, when this classification is done in these particular taxa, the number of organisms, you will see that the number of organisms in each taxa is going to decrease, but the ratio of its similarities, right, that will keep on increasing. So according to this, kingdom is the largest group, which is comprised of maximum number of organisms with minimum similar characteristics, whereas the species, which is the lowermost rank in this hierarchical level, right, and is comprised of the lowest number of organisms which are having the maximum number of characteristic features, right, or the maximum number of similar characteristic features. So now, after understanding this much thing, it is now required to understand the system of nomenclature. Each organism, they must be having some names, right? So in today's session, I'm going to discuss about the nomenclature of living organisms. So students, this nomenclature basically is providing a name to a particular living organism. Any living thing or anything you can look around, it is having its own identity only if it is having some name. Right? Definitely, if you need to understand a particular thing, the name should be given to it, isn't it? And that is, of course, true for the living organisms, right? So each organism is having a common name or the local name, right? And such local name of the organism is known as the vernacular name. You know what exactly I mean by this common name or local name? There are when you move around, you will see there is a lot of diversity with respect to not only the living organisms, but of course related to the language, the culture, and many different aspects are there through which you can understand the concept of diversity. So when you move around, when you go from one place to another, you will find the change in the language, and with the change in this language, there is a change in the name of the organism. So let us say if you are moving around and you are you will listen or you will hear this different names for the same organism, and of course you're not aware with the local language, then don't you think it is going to create a problem? Right? So these common names, due to the diversity in the languages in the local areas or worldwide, you can say, it creates a problem in recognizing, understanding, and studying the organisms. So of course, in such a case, such type of names should be used, which are actually used universally. So this is why there is a need for the universal name of the living organism. And such type of problem was sought out by Sir Carl Linnaeus. Carl Linnaeus, he is the father of modern botany, or he is also known as the father of taxonomy. He was a Swedish naturalist or the botanist, and he introduced the modern classification and a scientific method of nomenclature in 1758. He defined nomenclature as a systematic and scientific method of naming an organism. According to him, the system that he used, according to that, the scientific names of the organisms are comprised of two names, and these two names basically reveals the group to which it actually belongs. Now, of course, I explained the different groups which are present in the system of classification, starting from kingdom till species. Right. So he actually he has given the name, scientific name to the organism in a way that you can easily reveal out that which type of group it must be belonging to. And since it is comprised of two names, therefore this type of system of nomenclature is known as the binomial system of nomenclature. And of course, to assign the a particular name to the particular organism, he laid down some of the rules also. So now let me show you some rules. Well, the first rule says that according to binomial system of nomenclature, the name of the organism is comprised of two names. The first name is the generic name and the second name is the specific name. Generic name means it is a name of the genus to which that organism belongs, whereas the second name, that is specific, which is revealing out the species. It is a name of the species of that organism. So this is how a particular name is given or it is assigned to a particular organism. Now definitely you can understand that no two organisms can have the same generic name and the specific name. This type of combination is going to be unique for a particular organism, and thus it is easy or it will help us to recognize the type of the organism. And definitely the another advantage is that if we know the generic and the specific name, then you can easily understand the characteristic features of that group also, because of course the particular genus is having a specific characteristic features, so that must be same or it must be true for this organism also, right? Now besides that, for writing the name, the generic name always begins with a capital letter. This is the most important feature now. This is the important rule to understand here. The specific name, it always begins with a small letter. So now you can understand that how it should be written, right? Well, I can give you this instance here. Let's see. I'm sorry. See, if we write it like if I write it like this, let us say first name and the second name. So how it has to be written? If this is the first name, then the first letter of this word should be capital. And in the second name, that is the name of the species, it should be written with the small letter. This is how it has to be expressed. Fine. Beyond this, the another point is that the name, it should be written in the italic form when it is printed in the text. It means that if you are typing typing some text, and in between if this name is coming, right, so you have to use the italic format, right? And in case if you are writing it on the paper with a pen, then definitely whenever the name is coming, you are supposed to underline this name. And for underlining, the two names should be underlined separately. How? Let me tell you, let me show you. See, as I wrote this name here, so let us say if it has to be written, then it has to be underlined like this, and then second name should be underlined in this with the separate line. So whenever it is coming, you need to do this job. Definitely another point is that if you are giving some heading, you are using these names to give a heading to the picture or somewhere, then you need not underline the name, right? This underlining is done when this word is coming in middle of the text, right? So now here are some examples of the scientific name of the organisms. Well, the very first name is given here, that is for the human beings and is the Homo sapiens. So I'm sorry, excuse me. Homo is the name of the genus and sapiens is the species. Next is frog, that is Rana tigrina. Tiger, the scientific name of this group is Panthera and Panthera tigris. Panthera is basically it is a genus which is which is a subclassification of a family Felidae. Felidae, I'm sorry, it's not a family, it is an order. This order is cat, and within cat or Felidae, it is subclassified into Panthera. So this is how you can understand that this tiger is actually a type of cat only. and this cat is basically a carnivora. It comes under the group carnivora. So if you know this name, if you recognize the organism by these scientific names, you can understand the relationship with the other upper groups also. So of course this becomes a quite easy way for understanding, and that is providing the very good advantage for recognizing, identifying, understanding the different types of organisms. The characteristics would be more clear for the organism if we know the name of the genus or the species. Another example is the margosa plant or the neem. The name is actually Enzadirchatia indica. So another one is Rattus rattus, which is a black rat. Then Phallus catus, which is a domestic cat. Then comes a Solanum tuberosum, this is potato, and Nilumba nucifera, that is lotus. So these are some of the examples, and I know you have seen all these organisms. So now you just, if you are studying it in the scientific pattern, then definitely you have to understand the names, and through that you can understand the characteristic features of these groups also. Definitely you need to understand, you have to go through it thoroughly, then only it is possible. But even if not, you can simply pick this genus and you can follow on net or somewhere, and you will find out the specific peculiar properties of that group. So this is how the nomenclature is actually helping a lot in the scientific studies. Well, next I will explain the different types of classification systems, and this we will you will be able to understand the different classes or the classification and what are the properties of the different classes. So that I'm going to begin in the next session. Till then, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Goodbye.